He found Telegraph, and they were looking for a few journalists. And he started writing for them. They were paying in Bitcoin at the time, so you would write an article, and they would pay you a little bit of Bitcoin for your articles. And we met up for coffee the one day, and he was like, "Listen, what do you know about Bitcoin?" And it was 2017, and the drums were starting to beat about Bitcoin, and I think a lot more people were getting introduced to what it is. And he was like, "Look, they're looking for writers. Would you be interested in putting up your hand and writing some content about Bitcoin?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I know a little bit." I didn't know a lot back then, but I contacted the features editor, and they hired me, and I started writing freelance articles for Telegraph. And for about 4 or 5 years, I just did that as a side hustle. I'd write 2 to 3 features. It was everything from Bitcoin related content to Ethereum related articles, a lot of pop culture stuff. And then the more I wrote about the industry, the more I actually started jumping into the more technical side of things and covering a lot more of the actual, specifics and real like nitty gritty of the industry. Fast forward quite a few years, I continued to work as a sports broadcaster. I eventually worked at SuperSport, which is South Africa's biggest sports broadcaster. And then like 3 years ago, my wife got an opportunity to work overseas, and we decided to, hey, let's pack up our bags and leave South Africa for a few years. And I started working full time for Telegraph, and here I am 3 years later. This year I became managing editor and sort of in charge of our multimedia approach and strategy.